All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Shotgun now for Carr. Going deep here for Bryant. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders. 46 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Giorgio Tavecchio now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Tavecchio pulls it to the right. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. On 1st down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Avery Jones getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tempo.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
He may be playing free safety while wrapped up in a corner's body, but Earl Thomas is the best center fielder in the game. He cleans up everything back there as far as I'm concerned. I think he just has intelligence, understands things, and boy, is he tough.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. Going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Markevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the interception, here's Wilson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up second down. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On third down, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And Janikowski bangs it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Going deep here for Bryant. The ball popped in the air, intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Come on, let's go.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Good jumbo! Good jumbo! Good jumbo!
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's caught, Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out,
Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, 78 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
To Vecchio now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Good jumbo! Good jumbo! Good jumbo!
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Avery Jones getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A very solid gain of 27. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson running left on the option. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Tempo, tempo. Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Good set, good set. Loose right, chief. 7:34.
Carr now to throw. Incomplete, right side to Cook. 23 yards on the play.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st down, Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
His throw incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he finds Penny. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They go play action with Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson now, operating from the gun. Completes it to Dixon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Wilson on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Out to kick is Janikowski. Switzer now to return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
694.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Extra. 694. Hey, 734.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Wilson now off the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Play action. It's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On play action, it's Carr. Bryant has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jarran Reed with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On second down, here's Carr looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And some room to roam now. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And Dixon has it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a short gain here, down to the 22. The All-Pro in 2 positions, Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Marshall. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And Janikowski bangs it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Welcome back live to Orlando. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
All right, get set, fellas. Raider 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
You're mine. 29. 29.
Carnell on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe somebody tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing him.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. They give him a gain of 37. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Wilson will throw again. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. To throw again is Wilson. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So out come the Raiders. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 7:34. Down. 185. Go, go. Get set, get set.
3 on 3. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
808. Get down, get down.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Bernard. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And there's is a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Carr looking deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off down near the 5. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Cliff Avril. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They run it with Carson. And he stopped immediately there. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Rolling to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Now Wilson running left on the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. It's caught, blocked it. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
This is fielded at the 7. Nifty move. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Go. Later, 2. That's it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
7:34.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Carr now 9 of 17 through the air. Carr now on 1st down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Down. 180.
Now Carr, got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. And will be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM